Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to True Sound Studios. I'm Weezna. Today, I get to show you guys some numbers on the isolation between my house, the control room, and my drum room / vocal booth. So I know this is taking a while to get done. This is unfortunately just one of those videos where, I need the rest of the house to be really quiet. My wife works from home. I got 2 dogs, so it's just been tough to get all this together. Anyways, with that being said, let's get into this video. Okay, hang on. So I found some information out, unfortunately, after I was done shooting this entire video. My iPad apparently has enough self-noise in the microphone that makes it never get below 33 dB. No matter what I've done, I can't get it below it. So I installed the same app on my phone and check out the difference. So it's about 10 dB difference between the iPad and the iPhone. And then I checked the self-noise of the microphone and did some recordings. And sure enough, this has a noisy microphone in it. I'm just going to be splicing in footage from my iPhone with the lower values, at least just for the ambient noise level, where I'm just showing you guys how quiet the space is without anything going on. It's not going to affect the difference in volume. You guys will still see a number on the screen, and then, obviously that number will get higher whenever I'm doing whatever it is. All right, to start, I'm going to show you guys how quiet the room is. So all the doors are closed, so all the double doors, so all 4 of them are closed. No HVAC is running, no computer, is literally just me in here. So let's take a look at the dB meter that I have here. Okay, so now my studio computer is on. You can see it back there running. And now let's check out the dB meter. It's funny because I literally have to just take a deep breath and just hold it, because even just a little breathing really spikes up that dB meter a few dB. But you can hear the computer is crazy quiet, and so it's really only just elevating the dB, the amount of noise in here just a little bit. So now I'm going to turn on the HVAC. I'm going to run the fan on full power. You guys will hear how loud that is. Okay, so you can see the studio computer is on. And then over here, this is where my HVAC control is. So I'm just going to turn it on. Oh, fan's already on. Come on, there you go. Fan is on high. And then, so right here, this is where, so this is the return. So the air is being pulled into there. And then that is where it's blowing out. You can kind of hear it coming out of there. If you take this diffuser cap off, it's not as loud, but I just want to keep it on there just for kind of the experiment. So now I'm going to shut up, and here we go. Okay guys, so I'm leaving everything on. I got the HVAC on. Obviously the computer is running. I'm going to play you guys a song. You're going to see how loud it is. It's about -6 LUFS. It's a very loud rock track. And I threw a couple limiters on there to kind of really compress it, just so it was like a large, loud thing that was fairly consistent, because obviously I want to play music because that's what I mix in here. I want to have a track that's consistently loud so that, when we start in here, you guys can see what the dB is like. I'll bring the camera and the iPad with me. We'll close the first door, we'll close the second door, and you guys will see, the difference in and what's going on. Okay guys, so you can see the LUFS meter is going to be up there, so you can watch that in real time. There is the frequency analyzer. You see that there's a great full range song, and it's got actually a lot of low end in it, even though it's a rock track. And then over here, this is the dB meter / iPad. All right, here we go. Okay, so now we just have one door closed. Not the second one is going to be over here, but just take a look over now. Okay, and now we will come back out here. So let me just put this right here actually. And so this is the studio wall right here. This is the big thick wall that I showed you guys framed out. So now I'll shut up and take a listen. So you can see it does really well, but I want to show you guys, I'm going to turn the music off and show you how the ambient dB rating just out here without the music even playing. So the doors to the studio are open, the music's off. This is just the ambient noise level out in this hallway area. So you can hear some like cars outside, and that's the main reason why this has been such a tough thing for me to try to show you guys the amount of isolation, is because it's kind of loud out here. So this is not the best time of day to do this, just because it is rush hour, so there's probably the most amount of cars outside. The door to the outside, which is right here, that goes out to the road. Do this with one hand. And then the outside, here's the studio. Okay guys, we're gonna do this again. Same setup, same everything, except this time we're going into the vocal booth / drum room, whatever you wanna call it. All right, here we go. Okay, first we're just gonna close just the one door, this one, out here. All right, and now I'll close the second door. Okay, so now I'm gonna go turn off the HVAC system. You can hear there's no music playing anymore, but I'm gonna shut all these doors and I'll show you guys the isolation in the drum room vocal booth. I'm gonna shut this off. And then we'll close this door. So once again, this will just be the ambient noise level in just in this room alone. Okay, so you guys saw and heard, you know, it was 85 dB in here, and you get in there and it essentially goes down to the ambient noise level. I mean, I could hear just a little bit of a snare drum, not the kick drum, which was weird, the snare drum in there, just ever so faintly. You can tell the isolation is crazy good because it essentially brings it down like there is no noise happening in this room at all. Now, the only thing is even at 85 dB out here, it is freaking loud. I mean, for my ears, what I normally mix at is like 70, 75. And that's a very comfortable level for me. I don't want to damage my speakers. I'm sure they can handle a lot, but I just don't want to damage them. So the way I'm going to show you guys how well the isolation is in between these two rooms is I'm going to go play drums in there, because the drums are going to be super loud. And then this way I can have the camera set up in here with the dB meter on it. And then you guys can kind of hear a much louder source on that side and how much you actually hear in the control room. Real live drums. Okay, so I got the same setup. I have this dB meter, I don't know, maybe 2.5 feet away from the door. So it's pretty darn close to the door, which is of course going to be the weakest thing. So all right, I'm going to go play drums now. So you guys saw the numbers. You saw it's roughly, I don't know, between 60, 65 dB of isolation, which for me is absolutely amazing because I can't hear anything ever outside. Also, because I'm only mixing at, I would say it's usually between 70 and 75. In maybe mastering, I get a little louder, and parts of the day where I just want to crank stuff. Of course, I'm going to mix louder, but that's kind of like my average. And that is plenty of isolation to make essentially no noise on the other side of these walls. And really, my wife never knows, whether I'm mixing or doing anything, or I'm taking a nap. Who knows? She would have no idea, because the isolation is amazing throughout the rest of the house. And the isolation is really great between the control room and the drum room / vocal booth. I mean, that is a really great amount of isolation too. It's essentially as quiet everywhere else, which has also made it, while I was tracking vocals here, an amazing space to record vocals or guitar in, because never got any bleed from the control room. Now, I think a big reason why I got such great numbers is just the crazy amount of detail I put into making sure every seam, every edge, every possible thing that could leak sound, I put a lot of time into making sure that it was just really well isolated, because it was really important for me and my wife to make sure that we could both work from home and we wouldn't want to kill each other. Now, of course, the two biggest things that leak the most sound are the doors and the HVAC system. Of course, I probably could have put more time and money into the HVAC, baffle boxes, or come up with a different design, but it's worked really well, so it's great for me. The doors, yes, I could have gotten much better soundproof doors, but my doors cost about $160 for the slab door, all the trim, the door seals, and the handles, so it was a very inexpensive way to do the doors. Now, if this was a recording studio where I had bands in here every single day, maybe I would want to go back and do, instead of the 2 layers of drywall, do 3 layers. That's not what I do here at the studio, so it works. So anyways, I got a few more videos to really wrap up this entire build series, but then I have other new fun stuff to deal with after this. So guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to follow True Sound Studios on Instagram. I post there every single day. Also, if you guys want to work on a track together and get mixing or mastering done, all my rates and all the info is in the description box down below. Go ahead and shoot me an email. So guys, once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.